Hey, what's happening, YouTube? I just wanted to do a quick Q&A and discuss a few things and some comments that have been published on my channel. We're at 3.5 million views and 16,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you so much. My goal for this channel has always been to provide free DIY tech stuff. We run a small repair shop in South Florida, and so it's we're doing this stuff every day, and it's really fun to educate others and then assist others. A lot of you are from other countries. You maybe don't have access to repair guys like myself, or the funds to do it yourself, or you're just like a DIY person and you want to, do your own thing, repair your own stuff, which is awesome. I love that. That's how I learned. That's how I started this shop 10 years ago, searching YouTube, finding different videos online, watching how guys like myself were troubleshooting, and I turned it into a successful business. I'm not a millionaire, but I make a great living doing what I like doing, and so I feel like I can give back. Anyway, I just wanted to read a few of these. Let's see. I had a list. One of the things I read a lot are the thank yous, and I do read them and I do heart them. I get a lot of trolls too. A lot of people saying, "Wow, what a huge waste of time this video was." If you think that it's a waste of time, I apologize, but we're doing our best. So let's see, it works. Thank you for sharing this video. Found it informative. Oh, here we go. Roller Mad Dog, 3 weeks ago, posted on my BIOS reset for the Toshiba laptop, Toshiba satellite laptops. I just want to talk about that for a second because Toshiba has a problem with their BIOS. I don't think it's intentional. I would hope it's not intentional, but that video itself is like 500,000 views or over 500,000 views. And it's a little curious to me that with that many views and the amount of those that come into our shop for repair, these people are not adding these BIOS passwords on their own. This machine is doing it on their own, and essentially it bricks the laptop. You can't, as soon as you turn it on, it asks for a BIOS password, and can't get past it unless you send it back to Toshiba and pay their $300 fee to remove it. I don't think that many people even know how to get into a BIOS on a laptop, let alone would set a BIOS password. That said, if somebody from Toshiba wants to reach out to me and explain to me why this is occurring, I would love to educate my viewership on why that stuff does happen and why it occurs. Because let's just say you go out and you spend $800, $900, $1,500 on a laptop, and a year or two later, one day you go to turn it on and it has a BIOS password. Now, if you watch that video, you'll notice that there's a hack. There's a way to, basically discharge and recharge a jumper, and then that will clear the BIOS password. But you really wouldn't know how to do that unless you were a technical person and you read a lot of tech documents, and that's how I discovered how to fix it. I went online, read, other people had the same problem, and I didn't figure it out, someone else did. I just showed you how to do it. That said, Roller Mad Dog says, "Hello Brian, I have a problem with a Toshiba satellite laptop that will not turn on even with the power cord and the battery fully charged. I'm from Costa Rica and I've been looking for these answers." If you got full charge battery and you got power coming out of the wall into the laptop, and you verified that the voltages are correct, there's two problems that could be happening. One is that you have a motherboard issue. The motherboard itself is fried, or something's gone wrong inside that motherboard and it needs to be replaced. Secondly, it could be the power switch. If it's the power switch, it's a pretty simple fix. Order one on eBay, open it up, order one on eBay, have it shipped in, and check it. 9 times out of 10, it's the motherboard, unfortunately. Let's see. This series quite doesn't tell you that the plastic use. Okay, so Jerry Rotondo says, on my HP laptop fan cleaning and disassembly, he's asking about the little flat ribbon cables, there's those like those little flaps that hold them in. They do get brittle. You know, that's why it's important to have a spudger available to you while you're doing work like that. This is what I use. It's like a poly plastic pointy looking thing. It's a non-marring tool, black stick spudger. You can buy these on Amazon. I'll include a link down below. And that's really, if you're getting into computer repair, you're doing any repair on your own, these are really super handy. You know, you can manipulate all kinds of things without scratching them and denting them, and you won't break off that little piece of plastic, hopefully. I had another question on the Sony Vaio laptop fan cleaning and thermal paste renewal. Why didn't you spread the thermal paste around to make sure it is spread fully and evenly? I was told the thermal paste isn't to stop heat but to fill in the micro pocket spaces or unevenness that would allow pockets of air to form that would heat up. Why don't you spread it out? That's a really great question. We don't spread it out. We use the grain of rice method, and then when we remount the CPU fan or cooler or heatsink, we use an X pattern when we screw them down. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, you would do 1 and 4 and 2 and 3, and you know, and then as that thing is seating down onto the CPU, it's spreading out that very thin layer of thermal paste. You can spread it around if you like. If it'll make you feel better, feel free to do so. But what we've done in the past to test this theory is add thermal paste, you know, screw down everything in the X pattern, let it sit, turn it on. Once it turns on, the heat makes that thermal paste thinner. It warms it up, and it flows across the top of the CPU. Never had we pulled one apart that has air pockets. Okay, so, but if it makes you feel better, spread that around. All right, spread the love. Let's see. A lot of questions about different versions of that Toshiba satellite laptop, and they're saying, well, where are the jumpers on this particular model? Where are the jumpers on this particular model? All I know that is a B500 jumper. It's up to you to locate it. It's usually underneath the RAM. Can't verify that on all models. We don't have all the models in the shop, so you know. I get a lot of comments from people who take apart their electronics and then put them back together, and they don't have certain things working. Primarily they have a black screen where they didn't have a black screen before. I get a lot of comments on my channel, hey, I took my stuff apart, I cleaned the fans, it's running much cooler now, but I don't have any video. 9 times out of 10 you forgot to plug back the video cable in properly, and you need to disassemble it and reseat all of that, okay? The other 1% or 10% of people that have had that happen, it's because they broke the cable, the video cable that goes up in through the hinge and up into the laptop screen. Okay, you weren't ginger enough with it and it broke. Okay, or if it's a trackpad, if it's a sound jack, if it's a USB port, 9 times out of 10 it's because you forgot to put it back together. Take your time. Just when you're pulling all this stuff apart, take your time, grab your cell phone, snap photos. I can't even tell you, I've been doing this for 20 years. I'll take a laptop apart, I'll go to reseat the motherboard back into the case, and some ribbon cable will get nested under the motherboard, and I'll completely forget about it. It happens to the best of us, and if you just look at it as a learning experience, you'll say to yourself every time while you're doing it, take some time, slow down, make sure everything's seated, reference your pictures, you know, those kinds of things. You know, time is money. If you're fixing these things and you have to go back and disassemble and reassemble, and then you're adding more risk and liability to the job that you're doing already, hey, you know, take your time. It's worth it. Just, you know, take a minute and focus on what you're doing and put it all back together. Most times it's that, and you put it back together and you go, oh man, take it apart. You look at it, you go, oh, I forgot to plug that in. No big deal. Plug it in, continue on, and use your stuff. Well, I'm going to leave the Q&A portion right there. I'm going to just, you know, be done with that. I'm going to try to do regular videos that are focused on this type of thing, where I verbally answer your questions, because in a text comment, I really can't, you know, address all these things. And also talk about some of the new tools, some of the new things we have. We have now a vacuum separator machine now that warms up, and we're able to work on iPads, iPhones, do screen separation, all of that. We're sort of getting into that world, although I'd really like somebody to chime in about tablet repair, because I can't really figure out how to make any money with it. You know, there's a lot of people out there doing it in the malls, the kiosks, these mobile guys, and that's a great business for them. But like a little shop like ours, I don't know how much money you're really going to make, you know, while you're doing those kinds of things. And how do you keep all the parts in stock for every model? And you know, nobody wants to give up their phone for that long and all that stuff. So we're doing that, and the shop is going strong. This is our 12th year in business. And we're just blessed with having good customers and people who use our service over and over and over. We also do IT consulting, and we networks, and we build servers and build custom gaming machines, as you've seen in other videos that we've posted. And you know, there's a few people out there, guys that do what I do. They are writing. Or they're writing blogs, they're on YouTube saying computer repair is dead, computer repair is dead. I disagree and agree with that. I think, you know, getting into it at this stage of the game, if you're just going to focus on IT work or computer repair and not IT work, I think you're going to have a struggle. You know, computers are throwaways these days. We've come up with some pretty, you know, innovative ways to generate income, maintaining networks, building servers, switches, wiring, that kind of stuff. So you have to be somewhat agile. But if you're going to focus on just computer repair, I think you're going to have a tough time. That said, a lot of my viewership is actually just people who want to fix their own stuff. Well, that's great. I'm way into that. I fix my own blenders. I take everything apart and fix it. I'm a fix-it guy. I don't pay hardly anybody to do anything. I change my own oil. That's like how I am. So anyhow, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like. You know, just give us some support. We need it, and I hope you guys are having a great year this year. It's February, no, it's March. Oh my God, it's March 2nd, and 2018. Thanks again for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and please comment, because I read them all. Thanks so much.